Howdy everyone, happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining me. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery kits. And I'm here every weeknight, and it's a time where we can relax and craft for about an hour. And I typically work on projects all the way through from beginning to end over a period of time. We don't do that all in 1 hour here, but right now we are working on the Splendid Sampler 2. We are going to finish up block 14 today. We got pretty far. We got our applique done yesterday, and we also got our little pieced curved piecing. So if you're curious on how to do the curved piecing or how to do these circle appliques using the foil method, go check out yesterday's video or the video before that over on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies. Tonight, we are gonna just piece this thing together. We're gonna finish up this block, check off block 14 from the list, and we may even call it an early night if we get this guy done. So thanks for joining me, guys. Nice to see you pop in. Hello, hello, hello. All right, let's get cruising tonight. So I'm gonna flip you around. Let's get going. All right, see, we are just about done here. So I am really happy with how these circles turned out. I could have, since we turned them under, I could have hand stitched these down, but I think, just this little machine stitched around, I think that looks just fine. I kind of actually like the texture it made, because it almost outlines it a little bit. I like it. Deborah, I'm kind of digging this foil method, honestly. I thought I would like the, where I sew all the way around and turn it inside out, but this foil method was a lot easier than I thought. So I don't know. It's between the foil method and that method where we sewed that stabilizer around the back and turned it right side out. Man, I don't know. They both are looking good for me right now. All right, so we got to start out by chopping this off. Yeah, it really shouldn't take too long tonight, Joe. We'll trim it down and everything. I think we've been going a little long for the past few nights, so maybe it'll be refreshing for you guys, for me not to be chatting for a whole hour. I think we'll get this done pretty quick. So we don't need any of these. I'm just kind of lining up the edge with the white here. It's scary. It's scary to cut off those pieces. Look, that's awfully cute. Garbage. All right. So here we are. That's our real finished applique area. So this guy gets sewn under there. But first, in the instructions, we are going to deal with this dude here. So we have to sew one of these together, and then we'll take it off and sew the other together, and then it looks like we press towards the inside. Oh, good, Debbie. I like chatting too. And then we also have to sew this guy to here. So I think for the sake of managing my sewing time and kind of continuously chain piecing, I'm going to sew this to this, and then while that's still on the machine, I'll sew this to this, and then by that time, this will be off the machine, so then I'll sew this to this, and then we'll take everything off and press, and then I'll sew this segment to this, if that makes sense. So what I'm trying to do here is sew without stopping. So if I wouldn't do that, I would sew these two pieces together, then I'd have to take this entirely off the machine and then sew these together before moving on, and which is fine. That's how the instructions are, but just having to take it off the machine before sewing the next piece, that's just a little bit more of a time suck. So that's why I'm gonna sew these two. Then while this is still in the machine, sew these two, and then take this off and then sew that. So you'll see what I'm saying. It's just kind of like a chain piecing method where I can just keep going, but it requires me planning it out beforehand. That's why I'm going to do this, this, and then that. So I don't think we'll have a problem with my thing ending up being too small. So I think Nolene, you mentioned it being like a little small. Sorry guys, let me just trying to adjust here. We added, if you remember, we added extra along all the edges, so we should be good. If I sewed it perfectly, which I doubt I did, but if it's sewn perfectly, our square should be 7 inches because I added enough around for it to be 7 inches. I doubt it's that. I'm guessing that this piece looks pretty wonky. I bet you this shrunk up a little bit, but we'll see. But yeah, we should be turning out okay. I'm hoping. But yeah, we've been we have to adjust the pattern a little bit to do that, to add that extra 1/4 inch all the way around. But it's been helpful on the blocks where we applique or where we embroider. Anytime we do like hand work, it can anytime we pull on a stitch or an applique stitch, it can kind of scrunch up the fabric a little bit. And with one stitch, that's not going to do anything. But for 1,000 stitches or like 500 stitches, like an applique or something, all those can kind of pull on the fabric just a little bit, which can shrink it. So that's why we've been adding a little bit just in case. Then we can cut it down. All right, see, so this is still on the machine. So instead of taking it off to sew the next piece, I'm gonna sew that other piece that we gotta deal with. So this guy, let's put right sides together, and that's still looking pretty good. And we'll sew this piece. So yeah, so we'll get this done super quick tonight, I think. So this will be the third. This is the third video for this particular block. So if you wanted to learn how to do those circles or those curved piecings, we did some of that yesterday and on the video before. So all that is on the YouTube. Oh yeah, Dawn, I don't know if you can hear me, but try just backing out and coming back in. But okay, so here you can see now this piece, it's off my machine because we sewed a different one in between. So now I can snip this. And now while this is still on the machine, I can piece that other side of this. So here we go. So let's put right sides together again. See, so we're getting more sewing done with less taking it off the machine, which in the long run saves us some time. All right, but now we're gonna take it all off the machine and press. All right, snip and snip. Okay, let's head over here to the pressing mat. I have my my iron is warmed up, I think. Let's press this guy first. So I'm looking at the instructions. It says to press towards the inside. So these seams need to go this way instead of this way. I kind of wonder why. They kind of feel like they want to go this way. Actually, whatever. It's gonna be fine. So, I'm gonna just kind of hold it. I'm not really stretching it, but I'm just making it kind of taut. I'm just gonna press towards the inside. Oh, good. We're nice and warmed up. Then I'll do the other side. There we are. And so both seams are towards the inside, and now let's just hit it from the front. Oh, it's cute! Oh, it's just so fun seeing the pieces of fabric sewn together. You know what it's gonna look like, but man, it's magically so much further along. It's fun. I like seeing it, and it's kind of neat to check out how this pattern matched up. You know, this almost looks like it's going into this swirl here, so that's kind of cool. Ooh, look, this piece is going like bloop. That looks good too. Fun. All right, let's. Oh, I suppose we could press this one. Might as well press this flat before sewing it to here. So again, it looks like we're pressing towards this small little one. Oh, thanks so much. Thanks, Linda. I am loving the bowl. I was worried about this block actually because, you know, everyone's block is looking so cute, like with bright fruit, like, you know, if this is a fruit bowl, these bright fruit pieces. And I'm using all these just really light colors. So I'm like, oh, how am I going to get like these bright, fun, citrusy fruits? But I think by using these really like taupey colors for the bowl and then all my like yellows for the fruit, I think we get this effect really well of the bowl with fruit in it. So I'm pretty happy with it. But there we are. That's looking a lot more finished too. All right, neato. So now all we have to do is sew those two together, give it a little trim, and we're like done here. So it's like a freebie night for you guys. We'll finish up quick, and that will be that. So all right, I'm just looking at this. It does look like this bottom piece did not end up being as, like if I line it up on the edge here, it did not end up being as big as my other piece. Look, almost by 1/4 inch. So we did shrink this. So it's a good thing that we put that extra edge on, and we shrunk it. We didn't, you know, physically shrink it, but it's most likely my seam allowance here is probably a little bit bigger. Yeah, I can tell, like this looks a little bit bigger than 1/4 inch. And that's, I mean, I think you gotta just have a ton of practice with circles, with a curved piecing to get that right. So I just kind of, I used more fabric than I should have, which made my ultimate piece a little bit smaller. But luckily we did add a little bit. So I think we'll be okay. So what I'm gonna do, oh yeah, the curves eat up a quarter a little bit more. So I think what I'm gonna do is, you know what, I'm gonna fold this in half. We'll do it the same way that we did the curves. I'm gonna center it. And how I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna find the center is I'm gonna fold this piece, put a little finger pressed fold in there. There, now I got a little marking. And I'm gonna do the same thing here, because I don't want the bowl shifted to the side like this, you know what I mean? I mean, that's exaggerating, but you know, I don't, even like this, if I line up this edge, look how much it's shifted kind of funny. I want that centered so it looks like, you know, the fruit is sitting right in there. So let's line up our bowl pieces. That looks good. And again, let's just put a little fold in the center there. Does this measure 6.5? That's a good question. It should measure 7 because I added extra, but it's less than 7 for sure. But we did hit that 6.5 mark, so we have plenty for our 6.5. So it was good that we added that extra. All right, now I'm gonna put right sides together, but I'm gonna line up those center points. Let's stand up and make sure that's right. So at this point, you can feel free to like put a pin there, or you know what? I got a wonder clip just sitting out here, so I'm gonna just throw that there, just so things don't shift. And now I can actually kind of stretch this a little bit, get a little closer to that 7 inches, and let's throw this in. All right, get into that wonder clip. All right, I should be kind of right in the center now. And now with the needle down, now I can kind of line up this edge. And you know, all these seams have a little bit of flex, so I'm just kind of, I think we'll end up with it actually flexing to the right width. All right, get a leader in there. Oop. Wow, I'm gonna make a huge knot. I got stray ends on this leader. We're gonna have to stray like spider feet. We'll have to clean that up a little bit after, I think. Actually, let's snip all these off now. This is gonna get annoying quick. Trim those legs. Okay. Snip and snip. All right, so we were able to match up those ends a little bit more. Oh, you made my clip noise for me, nice. Bloop, click it on there. Okay, so let's check it out. I think our centers matched pretty well. Oh, it's cute. Ooh, it almost looks like I could have shimmied it over a little bit more even, but you know, we're gonna live with it because I'm just looking at where the edge of the fruit lies. It looks like all the fruits kind of shifted a little bit over to that side of the bowl. But oh well, we didn't. Maybe I should have centered that on the fruit and not so much the center of the piece. Even though I thought we got the fruit kind of centered, but I think we're fine. So let's just press it and press it in. See what we got. And again, we're gonna press towards the center. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. If I really, really wanted to get picky, I would I would maybe try and center those fruit a little bit more. But I kind of like the mistakes. I kind of like, I mean, it's not necessarily a mistake, but I kind of like when things are a little off because I think it tells the story of making the quilt a little bit more. Like, oh yeah, that's when I didn't shift the fruit over far enough. You know what I mean? I like those little memories. So let's see what it looks like here. All right, let's get straight over it. Let's see if we can see if it looks centered or not. Yeah, maybe it doesn't look so bad. Let's trim it down. I think from the edges, like the bowl edges, that all looks good. Here's the bowl. But yeah, if we look like this, then maybe the fruit's a hair that way. But yeah, it totally looks fine. I'm not going to worry about this at all. I was just thinking it'd be fun to stitch like the little stems and a little leaf on here. You know, if I had like apples here, it'd be cute to stitch a stem and a leaf, or like a cherry stem or something. But we're gonna leave it just like this. So let's trim this down. I'm gonna use my little rotatey cutting mat. Yeah, 80-20, exactly. Make it 80% good. Yeah, you don't need to make it 100% good. Then you'll just be stressed out because it's never going to be 100%, right? So, all right. I do want to try and get this as centered as I can, though. So I think I'm going to look at the sides of the bowl and just kind of this top to bottom. Let's try and get this as centered. Luckily, I'm using this 6.5-inch ruler, so that's the size of the square that we need. So that's going to be helpful. You know, this part of the bowl should be straight, so that'll help me level with the ruler. And I think we're going to be just fine, like right there. Let's do it. All right. Hold down. Always a little nervous for this part. All right, I'm going to lift it up and rotate it. Oh, I always shift it just a hair. I should get new little rubber grippies on the bottom of this, I think. Or wipe them off. Actually, you know what the problem is, why it's rotating, is because it's so bulky from all that applique that it wants to pivot on the applique. I can keep pressure on. That's what I should do. There we go. That's the beauty of this rotating cutting mat. I can keep pressure on it. All right, again, let's just keep pressure on as I turn. And yeah, that's working a lot better. All right. And there we go. Oh, it just looks so much cleaner when you trim it down. So the nice thing is when we get this sewn in, we're gonna lose another 1/4 inch. So like right now it looks like the bowl has like this huge lip and this huge base, but with when we clip those, when we sew it in, it's just gonna look like a nice rim of a bowl. Oh, Robin, I saw some of those pictures of people doing kitties. I didn't see puppies yet, but yeah, like little kitty faces. That was just so cute. But man, now I really want to go in and do some embroidery in there. But man, I don't know. I think we might just leave it. Yeah, a yellow apple. It could be like a yellow apple. That'd be kind of fun, maybe. Well, you guys, we got a little bit of time. Should we just stitch a little, one little guy in there? Why don't we do that? We're gonna do it. We got some time tonight. I'm gonna just do one. Maybe I should do this guy up here. He'd look cute with a little, but this guy's bigger over here. I don't know, what do you think? I'm kind of drawing it out in my head. This is gonna be clipped, we have to remember. I think we'll do this over here. All right, so let's just draw. I'm pretty confident in that I can draw a stem and a leaf, but if you want to do one on your own, for sure, do it on paper first if you want. I've drawn my fair share of apples, so I'm okay with that. Here's the little. We're gonna do the little lip of the apple. We'll do a little stem coming out of there, and we'll do a little leaf coming out of there. Dang, that's awfully cute. Okay, I like him. All right, should we do, well, let's just do the one for now. Maybe it'll just be one little extra touch there. So, okay, I have my go-to scraps of embroidery floss here. So this is, remember I made this out of like some scrap jeans. This is that Sarah Lawson pattern from So Sweetness. Oh, look, I even have embroidery needles up in here. I forgot about that. Woohoo! I'm all prepared. Okay, and oh, look, this guy's right on top. I think this would work perfect for the stem. Kind of goes with our colors a little bit. So that'll be our stem. And then, you know, I kind of want to do, for this little lip underneath there, maybe we do like the same color as the apple. Oh, she has a kit and a pattern for this, Gretchen. If you go to So Sweetness, oh, what are these, what's this bag called? Oh, I forget. I forget what the name of this bag is called, but she has a whole pile of different bags, but she has a kit for this particular one. So it comes with all the like stabilizer, it comes with the zipper. You just put fabric, whatever fabric you want. Oh, I know, I gotta finish the jean quilt. Oh, so I was initially thinking green, but then I forgot that, you know, we're trying to do this kind of neutral colored, you know, screw it. I'm gonna do a green leaf. I think the green is pretty. Yeah, we're doing green. So I'm just gonna, oh, I got a lot of thread in here. Let's just cut it, just cut a length off of here. All right, let's do some quick embroidery here. So if I would have thought about this earlier, I would have maybe not cut down my piece yet, because then I could put it in the hoop, but I have this nice edge already. I think I'm gonna just, since this is just a short little piece, I think I'm gonna try and do it without a hoop, because it's just a couple stitches. Ooh, here's some garbage. I don't have a video for it, Gretchen, but she has a video for it. So if you go to So Sweetness, oh man, I got all sorts of little random pieces. She has a video for this block, or this that bag pattern. All right, I'm just going to snip. This is more than enough. I'm gonna grab my, just gonna do 3 threads just because I always like stitching with 3. Pull them out. Yep, So Sweetness. Oh yeah, So Sweetness, all one word, Robin.com. Was it hard? Well, it depends on your level of what you've sewn before. It is figure outable. So if you've never done a zipper and you've never done a bag, it is totally doable. Especially if you get the pattern and watch her video. Her videos are very good, and you'll be able to learn from there. But just take your time. It requires a lot of pinning or clipping. I recommend Wonder Clips. And it was actually a little more difficult for me because I made it right at the time that the belt on my sewing machine broke, and I didn't know it yet. So it was totally acting up. I had the sewing machine, and I had to twist the, I had to like sew by turning the knob. I was having all sorts of trouble. But if your sewing machine isn't going crazy, you'll be just fine, I think. But yeah, just follow the instructions. You know, use tons of clips, and you'll be totally fine. With bag sewing, you are manipulating the fabric. You are moving and stretching a little bit more. It's a lot like when we sewed these curves. There's a little bit more 3D maneuvering, but totally doable. Just go step by step. Watch the videos, and it should be good. You've been watching her videos but haven't tried to make a bag yet. Yeah, so she kind of specializes in bags. All right, I'm gonna start stitching, but I'm gonna leave like a little end that I can sew in. Yep, Sarah does. Sarah from So Sweetness does live videos on Sunday and Tuesday. I think she might do them on Thursday as well. She does little Instagram live videos too. Yep, exactly, Noeline. They're daunting at first when you've never done one before, but after that, they're okay. I was always scared of using the zipper foot on the sewing machine, but when I figured out what a zipper foot really is, it got less scary. So a zipper foot, all it is a smaller sewing machine foot so you can get closer to the zipper. That's all it is. There's nothing special about it except for that. So it's just so you can, because zippers are bulky, and it just gets the foot out of the way so you're not sewing on top of it and lifting up the foot too much. It's really nothing. But yeah, it'd be fun to do a bag sometime. But she does videos for all her bags, so that's why I haven't done a video for it, because she does videos herself for them. All right, so I'm gonna just weave back and forth. Okay, so I still can't remember the name of this, but it's a synonym to like knickknacks, or what's a synonym for knickknacks? That's the name of this bag. It's a word that I don't actually use very often. That's why I can't remember it, but it means like knickknacks. It's not like haberdashery or anything like that, but it's close. Trinket, that's it, right? It's the trinket. The I think it's called the trinket. Is it the trinket? No. Oh, it's so close though, Deborah. It's a word. It's not tchotchke. All great words though that you guys are coming up with. I'm not sure it's trinket though either. So close though. I think it's Kissamit. That's what it is. It's the Kissamit bag. So it's the Kismet bag. And there's 3 different sizes. So that's not really what so I was wrong. Kissamit's not really like trinket, is it? Or I don't know. I don't use that word very often. But anyway, that's what it is. It's the oh gosh, I hope I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Man, I've been horrible with words today. Like, I've been messing up my words so much today. But I think it's the Kissamit bags or boxes. And there's 3 different sizes. You'll see it if you page through her patterns. The picture of it is 3 of them next to each other. Oh, is it the Kissamit trinket bag? Oh man, I don't know. Okay, so here is the little stem, and let's do a little leaf. I'm just going to do all outlines. I think that's simple and sweet. It's called the Kissamit trinket bag. Okay, so there was trinket in there. Perfect, so Doris has got it. The Kissamit trinket bag. I knew trinket was close, but I'm like, wait, there's a word that's hard for me to say in there. Kissamit. Yep, so the Kissamit trinket bag. And she does have a kit. I don't know if that kit's still available, but she did have a kit for it. And it comes with enough to make a large bag. And this is the large size. So I've made the large one. And she suggests for beginners that large is the easiest, and I would agree. I mean, like, my machine was totally acting up, so I had difficulty, from my machine. But I would have had a little bit of trouble trying a smaller one first. I've done some bags before, but not anything as in depth as that. And I was using jeans too. So I'm using weird, bulky fabrics and a machine that doesn't work. So I had a little trouble. And I was doing it at midnight too, probably. Oh, yes, now I need a caramel apple. Ooh, I may have a caramel apple this weekend. We'll see. But yeah, I think if I made it again now, it'd be way easier. But yeah, so I think her kit comes with a zipper. It comes with the interfacing, and that's just kind of like this foam interfacing to make it, stand up and have some heft to it. And what else does it come with? It doesn't come with fabric, so you pick your own fabric. Maybe it's just the zipper and that interfacing. I don't remember. But anyway, I made mine from the kit, and I'm happy I did, because then I don't have to putz with that. Yeah, everything but the fabric. I just can't think of what everything else would be. It's just I think just the zipper and the interfacing. But that's, if I don't have to look for that stuff. Oh yeah, and then, I don't know if you buy the kit, if it comes with the pattern. That might be a separate thing. It would say in her product description. All right, let's do this leaf, and then we'll get this little, I don't know, nubbin, and we will call it on this guy. Foam for the outside. Oh, and interfacing for the lining fabric. Okay, so yeah, so there was a couple different interfacing-y things. I have not done a lot with that sort of stuff, so I'm definitely no pro on lining things and all that. So for me, having the kit was pretty valuable. Not having to think through all that stuff. And you could, if you wanted a different zipper than the white zipper, you could always just purchase a separate zipper. It's always kind of nice having a zipper around if you need it. But I like mine with the white zipper that comes with it. I'm doing really big stitches here, but I don't want to stretch or like scrunch up the fabric.
as I stitch. I'm using my fingers here kind of as a hoop, just to stretch it out. I kind of like that it's see-through here, this embroidery. You know, I can see the apple through this leaf, but I think it's kind of a fun little extra touch, this embroidery. Maybe should I add the little that vein that goes through the leaf? Not sure. I think maybe. I think I might add that. Yes, do you think I should? Yeah, I think that'd be kind of cute. I'm gonna just eyeball it. I'm not gonna draw it. But again, no need to eyeball it if you don't want to eyeball it. Yeah, I think we'll have this go all the way down. Actually, where do apple leaves come off of? They don't go all the way down into here. They would connect somewhere on the stem, wouldn't they? They'd actually probably be coming off the stem somewhere. I'm going to connect it. I'm not going to have the leaf go all the way back down. I'm going to just stop it right here, I think, against the stem. And then we'll just come up a little bit. They do go down into the stem. Oh, well, I think either or. I think I've implied it either way. I think it can go right here. I think we'll do maybe 2 more stitches just so it can look like it has a little curve. Oop, got caught on the side there. Get 1 more. I'll take a look. Yep, I like it. All right, let's weave in the ends here. And then we have that little bloop in the apple itself, like the little nubbin hole where all this is coming out of. Oh, my elegant decorative bowl, yeah. Got a fancy bowl. Fancy bowl sitting out holding all these pretty apples. Okay, let's thread this guy again. This one already only has, I think, oh geez, what a mess here. Oh, there we go. I think this has 3 threads. Yep, we're good to go with this one already. Oh, your bowl is a casual Tupperware bowl. Oh, I like it. I think I'm just going to do that one. It'll be like a one little extra touch that you might or might not see. Okay, I'm going to weave in my end, and you know, this will just be like 3 or 4 stitches there. Getting bulky back here, but oh well. I'm glad we added this on. It's extra cute now, I think. Oh, it makes the fruit looks more centered. Oh, that's interesting, Doris. You are right, because you know what? We're adding, it kind of felt shifted too far this way, but adding some weight over here by adding, it's like visual weight by adding something decorative there. So that does kind of pull it back over here, doesn't it? Ah, nifty. Okay, I'm pretty psyched about that. Came up with a creative solution to it that we didn't even intend to. But I think you're right. It adds some visual weight over there, which makes it almost visually shift everything over at first glance. There, so this should blend in a little bit, but it should just suggest that little bump that a stem would come out of. I did this last. I did the this little yellow stitching, these 3 stitches last, because it's in front of this, like, bloop would be in front of the stem. So I wanted to put the stitches in front of the stem. See, because I'm covering up covering up where the stitch of that stem starts. So that helps make it look more tucked in. I always try and go from the back to the front. I mean, I suppose I could have done the leaf first, but I didn't quite know what was in front or back until I was stitching it there. But this part I always knew was going to be the most front, so I was going to do that last. Cute! Okay, I love it. All right, let's weave it in. And then we are for reals done with this block. Oh, you're going to add one to yours? Cool! It just wanted to be there, I think. Oh, on my bag, did I embroider before or after? What did I do? I think, let me think about that for a sec. Let me look at it here. We'll put the needle away. We'll put all these scraps away. I'm gonna just throw all these back in here. My little rando, this is all just excess embroidery floss with an embroidery needle area. Let's see, it's right in the center. You know what? I think this was supposed to be a certain size. I think I might have cut this to that size and then stitched this on, although maybe I didn't. You know what? I think I maybe stitched this first and then trimmed this and made sure it was exactly in the center. I don't think it would matter. I think doing it before, Gretchen, makes it a little bit easier because you can put it in a hoop and you can manipulate it a little bit more. But yeah, I think I embroidered first, and then when I cut it out of my fabric, I made sure it was right in the center of whatever the size of this piece was. So yeah, embroidered first. I think I'm remembering taking a photo of it embroidered without it part of this. But yeah, and then I did a lot of random work on here. This is all improv pieced out of jeans. So this is like super thick and crazy, which made it a little bit more difficult for me to sew the zipper on. But you know, if you're just using normal fabric, I think it would be a million times easier. But yeah, you could just embroider right in the center there. Easy peasy. All right, let's take a look at this. Oh man, I think that just totally made it. I really like it. Cute little apple in there. And then I gotta imagine these little nubbins cut off a little bit. I think it's cute. All right, here we are. Are we gonna start quilting with this block or which? I want to start, once I'm done with all this traveling, which is after next week. This weekend is going to be my last bit of traveling for a while. So after this weekend, after Monday, I don't think I'll be here Monday, but after Monday, I should be here without leaving again for a while. So after next week, I want to start doing the quilt as you go and free motion quilting of these blocks. So what we're gonna do first, so maybe we'll start this next week. I wanna make little sashing pieces and little cornerstones to go in between the blocks. We'll figure out how much I need of those and cut a pile of them. Maybe we won't cut all of them at once, but we'll cut a bunch of our little strips, and then we'll just pick 4. So this could be one of them because it's done now. We'll pick 4 finished ones. Sew them together with the little sashing and the cornerstones. That's just like the little square that'll be in between where all the sashing meets. A teeny tiny little square. And then we'll probably do that for two sets of 4. So we'll have 2 sets of 4 sewn together. And then we will sandwich them together and start the free motion quilting. So we'll have all these sandwiches, all these like mini quilts of 4. That's basically a mini quilt, right? And then when we have all those ready, well, we might sew some together beforehand, but once we have a couple of those mini quilts of 4, all quilted and all done, then we will do the quilt as you go technique where you sew those 2 finished mini quilts together. And there's a special technique of adding like this sashing, it's like a quilt as you go technique. So we will definitely start that. We'll start that next week. Why don't before we get the new block, we'll start those. We'll just prep our pieces. We'll get our sashing together. We'll get our sets of 4 started. So yeah, and this, yeah, for sure could be one of our first sets. And I'm just gonna kind of grab randomly. I'm not gonna think about, oh, this fruit needs to be next to another applique or anything like that. It's gonna be random because I don't know what blocks are coming out yet, so I can't plan. So it's gonna be unplanned. But all right, guys, I love our little extra embroidery we did here. I'm gonna flip you around. We'll call it an evening. So got a little extra fun in there tonight. All right, so I'm super stoked because we got done with the piecing of this so quickly. I'm glad we got to add a little extra. I love it. It's so cute. It really does bring the eye over here, which almost visually shifts all the fruit over. So even though I didn't center the fruit, putting that thing there really does pull your eye over, and it almost makes it look centered even though it's not. But I like it. I always end up really loving these applique ones that end up being like little characters or like a little scene. Like instead of the ones that are just graphic, I thought I was gonna always just really love the graphic pieced ones. But man, I always get excited about these applique ones when I don't expect it. So I'm really happy with this one. It's just cute. So awesome, guys! I will get this up on YouTube on Penguin and Fish Movies if you want to watch again or see how I drew that apple stem. If you do some apple stems, I'd love to see it. Post it over in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group on Facebook there. I'd love to see them. If you do some fruit, or if you don't do fruit, I'd love to see them too. And yeah, tomorrow, Thursday, it's new block Thursday tomorrow. So whatever it is, we will get started on it. But it's always nice to start when you've finished the one before. So awesome. I will catch you guys tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time here on Facebook. So I'll see you then. Have a great evening. Good night.